Hello, what is up, my boys and gals? This episode, I would like to talk to you about the 10 commandments of game. Now, this is a rudimentary draft, so it's going to change, but I distilled a few basic topics. So, first of all, the first commandment: risk and initiation are the man's domain. I've experimented with this over several years and I've observed thousands of cases. In the end, the man has to take the risk, he has to approach, he has to say, hello, who are you? Where are you from? Blah, 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 pick up line or whatever. The woman has to be able to judge him, to scrutinize him, maybe even to humiliate him because you have to go through the bad girls to get the good girl. The risk and initiation are a man's domain, just as sex is a woman's domain, which is what men should stay out of. It's like we all have our own domain in the courting dance. This second commandment is you have to be attractive to many or to none. Like if you're an attractive male, you will attract several females. If you don't, it's just because you're not that attractive in general. You have to keep that in mind. The second commandment of game is it's all about her emotions. Stop using logic, stop using reasoning, stop using the good. It's all about her emotions. That's why evil men or bad boys get laid because they understand it's about her emotions. If you make her feel a certain way, if you make her feel good, you get whatever you want. If you, however, are a straight, direct guy who knows what he wants and you tell her the truth, you get nowhere. The third commandment of game is women are deeply sexual and deeply anxious creatures. They actually go together because it's about vulnerability. A woman has one egg, she's pregnant for 9 months, the child is very vulnerable. Women are anxious all the time. I'm not even talking about the eagles and the crocodiles and the big cats who will take the babies. I'm just talking about the pre stages, like the courting stages. Women are very sexual creatures. Sexuality is their domain. But they're also very anxious because they're vulnerable and fragile. Because every man actually poses a threat. And that is something that men do not understand. I don't understand it neither, but it is a fact. There's always this anxiety, this confusion, this doubt. As a man, it's really important to get to have your shit together and to be the rock upon which her emotional storm can unleash because they are deeply sexual. Like men are horny. Men have a lot of testosterone. Men are super horny, but there's a difference with sexuality and sensuality, which then is different from promiscuity and evil. It's all different. But that is my point. So, the fourth commandment is that dread is king. What does that mean? Well, you are attractive to many or you're attractive to none. Like, as a man, your only power is to either walk away or to exercise other options because sexuality and affection is her domain. She chooses which man gets it. You, as a man, can only receive it. So you can either walk away, exercise other options, but dread game, competition anxiety, and I stand firmly on this, is king. If women smell that you can get other women, they'll be more aroused, they'll be more entertained by you. If a woman knows you cannot get any other woman, her underneath regions will be more drier than a scorched desert in the August sun. The fifth commandment of game is in her social biotope, she is a good chimp. So what does social biotope mean? Her social environment, her friends, her family, her reputation is everything. Ostracism is the worst thing that can happen to a woman. So she is a good girl. She doesn't do anything dirty, anything nasty, anything wet. No, 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 no. Only good, worthy men very occasionally get a chance to even talk to her. But when she's traveling to other countries, she doesn't do anything naughty. Never, ever, ever. She is a good, she's a good girl. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. And if you're a guy trying to get a girlfriend, you have to be aware that you have to approach it in a certain way, in the sense that she will always look like the good girl. So, for example, if you try to get her aside, she says, "Oh, my friends are gonna think this." Then you say, "Okay, you can text your friends in 5 minutes. We're outside. Nothing's happening. No problem." The sixth commandment is women fall in love naked in your bed. So if you don't chase, if you don't invest as a woman, you don't feel anything for a guy, because there are thousands of guys trying to be with you for several reasons. So we as men, including women, if we respect something, we have to chase it down, we have to invest in it, and the more we invest and chase, the more we get the emotional roller coaster, the more importance it gets, and the more we are involved in it. And that is how things kickstart and how things keep rolling. I mean, in the end, women fall in love slower than men, because men are very visual, very pragmatic. Women are like, I'm doubting between this and that. When you have relations with her multiple times and it's good, then the oxytocin comes free, the oxytocin, like the love hormone. She starts trusting you. She starts like, I've invested so much in this guy, this man. Her thoughts, her fantasy, her imagination, everything starts to spin. And when that happens several times, she's your girl. And that is the key. That's it. It's as simple as that. You have to be able to dance, to seduce, and to get her in bed. And that is the nature of seduction. The seventh rule is choose a woman who chooses you, because plainly economics, men have maybe several options, probably none. Women have unlimited options. Supply and demand, who wants what are your needs, your wants and desires. Women have the options, so they choose first. And we already established that sex is in the female primacy domain. There is no male god of sexuality. All the goddesses are female in mythology, religion, history, whatever. The Abrahamic religions, the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians, it's all one big scam. But I'm just telling you. So the eighth rule of game is, yes, she is being fucked by somebody else. Now, this is a rabbit hole. I mean, we can go to the past, to the present, to the future. In the past, she had other guys. In the present, she is having other guys entertaining her. If you, as a man, would have unlimited options, why would you not? I mean, you have needs, you have desires. Why wouldn't you indulge in them? It's exactly the same thing. And this is still my weak point, and will probably be my weak point until the day I die. Like, yes, she is being fucked by somebody else, and you as a man have to seduce, wiggle your way through, overcome, and eventually become the main guy, the bull, instead of the cock. It's a harsh reality, but it's evolution. It's actually all very natural. So the ninth commandment of game is women have a dark, nasty, and evil side, and you have to be aware. Do not be a fool, like I have been for a decade. Do not be the fool, because you're gonna be screwed over. The tenth commandment of game is you want a woman, make her laugh, make her dance, make her feel loved. It's the most powerful advice I can give anybody, and it was given to me by Hell's Angel in some mountain village who was super out of his mind, but it's fucking true. It's just the truth. If you can make her laugh, if you can make her dance, if you can make her feel loved, you have her. It's not that easy. Like, you gotta have humor and confidence before that. You gotta make her dance, so you gotta have some dance moves yourself, and you gotta make her feel loved, which means not being resentful or frustrated or full of hatred. You gotta show her like, I understand and accept who and what you are, and I love you. That is actually very hard. And then there's a honorable mention. Looks, game, assets attract the woman you want, but struggle and overcoming attract the woman you need. So, although I know this is a very basic, rudimentary version of the 10 Commandments of game, there's also 10 Commandments of masculinity and 10 Commandments of life, but that's for a later date. Um, so, buckle up, buckaroo, because life is good if you know how to let go and move on. See you in the next video.